I'm on track for my goal of returning for the Super Bowl. And so I keep telling all the boys when I see him in the facility, I'm like, you guys just got to get there. And I promise you, I'm going to be back, and I tell people that. My mom was like, I remember we were talking yesterday and she's like, but Aidan, like what if you don't get back? Like what if you can't? And I was like, there's no other way.
Oh, there's Aidan Hutchinson saying that he's on track to come back for the Super Bowl, and he's telling everybody in the locker room, just get there and I'll be back.
Bondele.
I mean, we said Bondele, Save, Bondele, Save, Bondele, Save. We were the ones saying Aidan Hutson's going to come back
we're saving him for the Super Bowl, baby.
And everybody in the chat, everybody on Twitter, no, you can't do that. You can't have him come back. He might be done for his career. There is no fucking goddamn way. If Aidan Hutchinson is cleared by doctors, you're going to keep that motherfucker off the field. Did you see his face? Like, he's coming back. He is going to play if the Lions make the Super Bowl. Bundle Save.
We're bundling these injured players, and we're saving them for the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the bundle.
Raise the sales in the Woodward Sports chat. He won't be worth anything, though. He'd be a liability. You don't believe that.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
That is just a ridiculous statement.
It wasn't until like 2 weeks ago the rest of the league caught up to him in pressures and sacks. What are we talking about?
He was the best player in the NFL through 4 weeks.
Oh, my God. And by the way, he's not just cleared like the minute he's like, yeah, you can run on that thing now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He has to be ready to go.
He's going to rehab his body back. He's going to test himself. What are we doing? This can't be – this guy's unfamiliar with his game. I don't understand.
Just get there. Maybe just one snap in victory formation. No, he's going to play.
No,
And the best part about it, he doesn't have to play 35, 40 snaps.
Bro,
he can play 15.
Yes.
Dude. And if he wins 3 snaps, he could win you the game.
Treat him like we talked about with James Houston. 3rd and long. Just throw him in and let him do his thing. Like, you don't need much in a Super Bowl like that. Any play can be the difference in a game. So I don't see that argument. It's so dumb. Obviously, we're all under the notion that he would be cleared by doctors and by training staff to return.
Yes. And by the way, promise you, that's one. His father's a doctor. Like, it's not. They're not gonna fucking just risk him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his entire family.
Well, you could lose a leg. Like, I'm just saying, like, a doctor's like, yeah, you could lose a leg. They're like, all right, fuck it, get him out of there. Like,
I mean, he might be the type to say, fuck it.
He definitely would be.
Nick, you had a question before we went to break about the running back situation.
Yeah, fellas, one guy we've seen a lot of in the past is Craig Reynolds. He's filled in some spots when he's had to over the last few years. But a guy we haven't really seen too much of is Vaki, the 4th rounder. Brad Home specialty. Late in these drafts, he gets some really good players. Is Vaki one of these guys where you want him to step up, or do you guys want to see more of Craig Reynolds, who we've seen in the past?
Personally, I would like more of Vaki. I can easily see why they're probably going to go with more of Craig, because he's been a part of the system for so long. He knows the protection so well, and he is a good blitz pickup. Like that, we talked about losing that with David Montgomery is extremely vital. Craig Reynolds is good at picking up the blitz, and he knows the scheme, he knows the offense, he knows obviously Vaki does too at this point, but they're probably more comfortable with Craig Reynolds in there. But I think Vaki should be given more of a chance. The potential he has, his contact balance, we talk about it a lot, the way he hits holes and could do different things. He's a very talented runner. So we know what Craig Reynolds is.
Oh, yeah.
We know what Craig Reynolds is in this league. He's a solid running back when he's called upon, and he can do the job. We don't know what Vaki is yet. So I would like to see some of the Vaki, because that dude is a monster. But realistically, when you're looking at what these guys are going to be asked to do, it's going to be a lot of blitz pickup. It's going to be a lot of chipping and different things like that. And they probably trust Craig Reynolds with that a lot more.
The real answer, I don't know, I'll give you my answer between those two, but like Jahmyr Gibbs, bro. Like feed that man the goddamn ball. I beat it like a dead horse, but being top 5 in the league with a significantly less carries than everybody else ahead of you, like he's fucking good. He's electric. We got to get this run game going back again. And I think he's a little bit more physical than he's given credit for, too. I don't think he's the north-south guy that David Montgomery is, but give Jahmyr Gibbs the ball. David Montgomery, I think, tremendously underrated in catching the football this year. That's part of his game that I don't think we were too, I don't think we got to see a lot of it at all last year. I think him and Goff, as we've seen before, that they get establishment. There's wide receivers. Probably the same thing with the running backs. Let Monty cook. Let him be your Alvin Kamara. By all means. Let him go off. But between those two,
you need
personally, I want Vaki. I think he has that same type of electricity. I don't want to say electricity because it didn't make it sound he's like a burst of speed or something like that, like Jameer. But as you said, he doesn't go down easily. He falls forward for those extra yards. It's not in Dave Montgomery fashion. But listen to Dan Campbell speak in the past. I think they're trying to. He didn't play running back. He played safety.
Mm-hmm.
He played running back sparingly when they needed it to. So he still had a lot to learn about the position itself, especially at this level because it's the highest level. And they also be asking him to do so in severe, not severe, but intense situations come playoff time.
Very high leverage situations.
I want Vaki, but I fully expected to be Craig Reynolds to get the majority of snaps.
I agree.
I mean, if you just look at last year, you saw a 7th-round running back contributing to a Super Bowl championship. So I want to go with Vaki. I'm with Spencer. I want to see the upside. We know what Craig is, and I have trust in Craig being in this offensive system for years, plus just the weapons that we have around him. But I want to see what Vaki can do in this situation because, like you said, we need that extra pop, especially if our best defense is our offense. Like, you need every ounce of firepower you can get on offense. And if he has any type of upside, I think you explore that, and I think it's worth that risk absolutely because we saw that if you put a talented running back that might be raw in a good offensive system with great offensive minds and scheme and coaching, they can succeed, and they can succeed on the biggest stage and very early in their career. So to me, I think you take the swing.
I speculated to begin the show because he wasn't put on injury reserve. And this is shout out to DNC ENT. And then I just hopped on Twitter and saw Woodward Sports report as well. Per Danny Rogers, Monty hopes to play again this season. And for DNC ENT, the way he delivered it, can you imagine if all the Avengers just assembled in the Super Bowl? Because the next segment, fuck it, we'll play it now. Do you have the Hutch video, or did I not send it?
No, you didn't
I'll
send it.
send it. We'll play the next
Hutch,
segment.
Monty, Khalif, Anzalone,
All
God.
just fucking like
They're just
for
coming
the
through the
Super-
portal.
for the Super Bowl.
comes out there with one leg.
Josh Allen's fucking Thanos. We got everybody else on our
Where your
side.
failures brought you back to me.
I mean, goddamn.
That would be a story.
Listen, the entire thing with Dan Campbell since he's gotten Detroit has played out like
A movie.
like a 30 for 30, like a movie, if you will. It all like felt scripted, almost too good to be true. Like this guy who is former Detroit Lion, who was on the 0-16 team, who embodies the city, it's the grit mentality, right? Becomes your head coach, hits you with the all-time football coach speech. In the era where football's become, at least at the head coach NFL level, the fucking nerds, all the skinny white dudes like, oh yeah, a lot of motion here. We're gonna run the ball there.
Analytics.
Analytics. Yeah, analytics. You see? And then here fucking comes Dan Campbell like, yeah, we're gonna punch him in the fucking mouth. All right, we're gonna get you on 4th down. We're gonna donkey punch it for first.
Yeah. That's true.
But then, the team starts bad. He's getting ridiculed, and he brings them back to life. Sheila Ford Hampton, something. It's all played. That would make perfect sense.
It's Dan Campbell's just a bro with a fat jaw, and he's like, get out, go for it, fuck him. God, dude, he's the
Onside kick.
Yeah, fuck it. They'll never
Coach-
see it coming.
Yeah,
Coach, we gotta tell them. They'll never see it coming. I love Dan Campbell, dude. I truly do. He is one of my favorite humans on the earth, and like I said it multiple times already, if anybody can get these guys motivated, if anybody can get Kendall Vildor playing like Darrelle Revis, it'd be a Dan Campbell speech. So the running back situation is loose. They're going to go with Craig Reynolds. Vaki's going to get his spot too. Like Dan Campbell said, in that he said a lot of these guys are going to have they're going to have great opportunities, and Sion Vaki is going to be one of them. But if everybody can come back for the Super Bowl, that would be crazy.